It's no secret that I'm crazy about Chinese food. It's at the core of my heritage, my career, and a source of so many of my happy memories. But for people who haven't grown up with it like me, it can be confusing. There's so much variety, so many regional styles, so much tradition. In this series, I'm going to break down some of the basics to give you a Chinese food crash course. From hot pot to dim sum, barbecues to banquets, it's time to make Chinese food simple. Lunar New Year is the most important festival in the Chinese calendar and has been celebrated throughout the centuries. Legend has it that a monster called Nian would come around at this time and devour people. So fireworks and firecrackers were used to scare Nian away. Nian also hated the color red, so all the decorations are in this lucky and auspicious color. The celebrations usually last for 15 days and culminates in the Lantern Festival, or Yuan Xiaojie. And at this time, tangyuan dumplings are served as people celebrate the first full moon of the new year. Red envelopes, known as hongbao, are stuffed with money and given as gifts. And of course, banquets of amazing food are served. But you don't have to be Chinese to enjoy all these delicious New Year treats. I'm going to show you how to make a couple of my favorite Chinese New Year dishes to wow your friends and family. So first off, noodles. Now noodles are important to have at Chinese New Year because they symbolize longevity. So I want to show you how to make my lucky prawn and golden egg noodle stir fry, and it's really easy. So I've got here 3 eggs and I just want to crack them and lightly beat them. And just using a pair of chopsticks or a fork, just gently beat. I'm just going to season the beaten egg with a little bit of sea salt, just 1 generous pinch. Next, 1 generous pinch of ground white pepper. Just give it another mix. Now we're going to pan fry the egg into an omelette. I'm going to slice it into strips. So heat a large wide pan on medium heat and we're going to add in some rapeseed oil. So give the oil a swirl. Just make sure it coats the pan nicely. And then we're going to add in the egg. And just give the egg a swirl in the pan, and then just turn the heat down to low and arm yourself with a spatula and just gently around the edges just start to loosen the omelette, and then when you are ready you can flip to turn it. So just cook the egg for 1 to 2 minutes until it's got a lovely golden yellow color, and then just flip it out onto the board. And then we're going to slice the egg into nice long thin strips. And this is going to go into my noodle stir fry. And we're just going to set it aside. Next, I've got some tiger prawns here. And these are Madagascan tiger prawns. So all you need to do is take the head off and just remove the shell by peeling it. And then just to show you how to devein the prawn, just give it a little rinse under cold water. Just take a knife and just slice into the back of the spine. And you can see there's a lot of grit and sand there, and that doesn't make good eating. So just rinse it under the cold water together with the rest of the prawns. Just give them a rinse. Next, I've got here some brightly colored vegetables. I've got red, yellow pepper, some mange too, and some carrots. And these have just been shredded. Lastly, I've got here some golden egg noodles, and these are just shop bought from the supermarket, ready to cook. They've been dressed with a little bit of toasted sesame oil. So all my ingredients are prepped. I've also got some garlic, ginger, and chili. So we're ready to wok. So wok on. Just heat the wok until it's smoking hot, and then add in 2 tablespoons of rapeseed oil. Very quickly, we're going to go in and add in the garlic, ginger, and the chilies. Then we're going to quickly add in the prawns. And don't worry, the little bit of the ingredients catch on the side of the wok, it just adds to the flavor. So once the prawns start to turn a little pink, I'm going to add in a tablespoon of Shaoxing rice wine, or you could use dry sherry. And then very quickly in with the vegetables. Just toss cooking for about 10 seconds until the vegetables just wilt a little bit. And then we're going to add in the noodles. So just make some space and they all go in. And then just toss. Look at that, it's beautiful, really colorful, smells amazing, and it looks gorgeous. So now, time for seasoning. I've got here Lee Kum-Hee's oyster sauce. It's really going to complement the prawns, wrap around the noodles to give it a really delicious umami flavor. It's also going to give the ingredients a nice shine. Now the trick is just to stir it in well. So once the oyster sauce is worked into the noodles, it's time to season with Lee Kum-Kee's premium light soy sauce. This is going to add lovely umami and savory note. And we need quite a bit because we've got 500 grams of noodles and quite a lot of vegetables. And we're also going to serve it with the egg, so it needs that seasoning. Then next, I need Lee Kum-Kee's pure sesame oil for a nutty lift, and then 2 pinches of ground white pepper. And that looks really good. So simple and so delicious. So take it off the heat. This is the best bit, it's time to serve. Arm yourself with a really generous plate and just spoon it all out. And then just take a pair of chopsticks and just place the prawns just like that, just around the noodles. And then we're going to serve our delicious golden egg on top. And then we're also going to just top it with some fresh spring onions for some garnish. I've got here Lee Kum-Kee's Chu Chow chili oil, so we can dress a little bit just around the noodles. For an extra pop of chili at the end, I've got some chili flakes.
And that's it. That's my lucky prawn and golden egg noodle stir fry. A perfect way to bless your next year with longevity. However, noodles are not the only symbolic ingredient in a Chinese New Year feast. For prosperity, I'm making braised shiitake mushrooms in oyster sauce wrapped in lettuce, and steamed dumplings with a spicy Chu Chow chili oil dipping sauce. For power and completeness, I'm making a whole chicken smothered in chili garlic sauce and fried shallots. And for happiness, poached prawns with a delicious sweet soy dipping sauce. But no Chinese New Year feast would be complete without a fish dish. The Chinese word for fish is yu, which is a homonym for abundance. So when you serve fish, you're wishing your guests an abundance of health, wealth and happiness for the year ahead. My Cantonese steamed sea bass with sizzling oil is both utterly delicious and super easy to make.
Now it's important to have the fish whole from head to tail because it's a symbol of unity and completeness. Now I've got a beautiful sea bass here. It's super fresh. The eyes are shiny, the lips are full, and if you check inside the gill there, it's bloody and red, and that means it's really fresh. And the skin has been descaled and it's not slimy to the touch. Now first to prepare it, I'm going to season it with some salt, and this is just flaked sea salt, and then inside in the cavity and then on the underside. Next I've got here ground white pepper, and so just a nice generous pinch over the top, again inside the cavity and then also on the underside too. Next you want to cut some slits into the flesh of the sea bass. Don't want to make the incisions too deep, just about a couple of millimeters thick. Now I've got here some fresh root ginger. It's already been peeled and sliced into chunky pieces like this. So just place the ginger into the slits, and this just helps to impart its gingery heat into the flesh of the fish. And then with the rest, I'm just going to stuff it in the cavity. There's quite a lot of ginger there. This is really delicious, and I love the flavor of fresh ginger. So next, I've got here some Shaoxing rice wine or dry sherry, about 3 cupfuls, and this is going to bring out the sweetness of the fish. So the sea bass is prepped, it's time to steam. I'm going to steam it in a wok for about 12 minutes on medium to high heat. Now the sea bass is a little bit big, but that's fine. Just place the lid on as best you can. It'll still steam just fine. So the fish is cooked, it's had 12 minutes steaming on medium to high heat. Just remove it off. Looks amazing, it smells amazing. You can see the fish has turned opaque white and the fins are standing up. You know it's cooked. So just put the lid back on just to keep it warm, and then we're going to heat up some Lee Kum-Kee's pure sesame oil. So I want a good 6 tablespoons. The pure sesame oil is smoking hot. Just take that off the heat. And then to dress the fish, I've got here Lee Kum-Kee's Double Deluxe soy sauce, which has a rounded, beany, umami flavor. It's really aromatic and delicious. So I'm just gonna drizzle over the top, and then 1 large handful of spring onions. And then you've got the beautiful juices from that fish. And then the hot, pure sesame oil. Just be careful. Hot sizzling oil, just over the top. So there you have it, Cantonese sizzling sea bass. That's it, that's my Chinese New Year feast sorted.
So that's the hard work out of the way. Now all that's left to do is serve up for my guests and enjoy the banquet.
Gong hei fat choy everybody! Thank you for coming! How is it?
Very good.
So there you go.
Yeah. Is it?
Okay, there you go. Perfect.
Happy New Year, everybody!